On the shore dimly seen through the mists of the deep, where the foe's haughty host in dread silence reposes. What is that which the breeze o'er the towering steep, as it fitfully blows, half conceals, half discloses? Now it catches the gleam of the morning's first beam, in full glory reflected, now shines in the stream. 'Tis the star-spangled banner, oh long may it wave, o'er the land of the free, and the home of the brave.
I was waiting for it.
That was the Star-Spangled Banner, spoken word, verse 2. Welcome to a brand new episode of Butterfly Blackout. Come back again next week where we will do verse number 3.
Look forward to that one.
Yeah, that's the one we're waiting for.
I hope everybody had a wonderful week. It has been some ups. There have been some downs. This episode is all about celebrity gossip. Why? Because we need a break, okay? And I feel like I keep repeating myself, and everybody is all in their emotions, and I need for people to stop being in their emotions. Screw it. Either you're wearing a mask or you're not wearing a mask. I really don't care at this point. 2020 is going to hell, all right? We're at the end of July. We just found out Regis Philbin died. He was 88 years old. Who's the host of Jeopardy?
Alex Trebek.
Alex is 80, and he is kicking cancer's ass.
Yeah.
Shout out to him.
And we're happy because we can't really figure out who would replace him on Jeopardy. So if he dies, the show's going to have to die with him.
Yeah, pretty much.
And I listen, a lot of people are going to feel some type of way. Either that or get him to work extra hard and pre-tape some episodes or pre-tape him asking questions. You see what I'm saying? But I wanted this to be a fun episode because it's been too much going on. I'm going to save a lot of what I want to talk about for our next episode, so please make sure you tune in for that because I'm going to make it all about Chicago. It's going to be great. And here we don't apologize. And I won't apologize for anything that I say next week. And I invite the Chicago mayor, Mayor Lightfoot, to come at me if you want to. Because I'm ready for you. Ready for you. All right. So, I just gave you the spoken word to the Star-Spangled Banner. So, on this show, what we're going to do, we decided to fall in line with the sports. And we're going to do, the Star-Spangled Banner first, all the verses, and then we'll get into the Black National Anthem. If you don't know what that is, it's okay. We got time before we get there. All right? Now, moving on. Where were you when the Verzuz battle happened between DMX and Snoop Dogg? I was watching. And
Why did you just say it like that?
What? And I have to say, I was super excited about this moment. I am not a fan of Snoop like that, but I am a fan of DMX. DMX is probably, and I hate to say it like this, but he's the one that if I was going to have sex and I just wanted to F somebody, that's whose music I play. Like, it just gets me going. It's some type of sexual thing that happens when you listen to DMX. If you're a woman, that's just what it is. So, they went hit for hit, 20 songs each. And winner, loser, to me, there wasn't a winner and there really wasn't a loser. Only because I felt like it was more celebratory, especially on Snoop's end. There was a point where Snoop, and I forgot which song it was, but Snoop was like all into it when DMX was somewhat performing. He's on his drugs, he's recovering, he gained some weight, he's out of breath, so he can't perform like he used to.
But he looked good.
He was good. And Snoop was right there like his wingman. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So there was one point where Snoop was like, yo, you ain't going to go to the second verse? I mean, I was waiting for you to go to the second verse. So it was a good time, and I think it was something that we needed. I wish these verses challenges were weekly instead of like once a month or something, because I feel like we kind of need that extra break of reality. And it's so great to see artists come together and enjoy each other, and it's not like a like a hit for hit or something really hardcore. It's just plus you also get to learn things that you didn't know, especially about how some songs were created, how some songs were developed, where they were recorded. I like stuff like that. Like if I could interview like people like Snoop and DMX, I'm that person that would like go all the way into how a song was created. You know what I mean? Because I like to know that stuff. I like to know who they work with. I like to know the producers. I like to know how they came up with the beats, the tracks, everything. What goes into putting an album together. I got to know all that stuff. Even when you come out with the videos, I have to know everything. And I like to ask stuff like that because it's important when you're talking to an artist. I really could care about your personal life. I only care about the musician. And the music speaks, especially when it's a song that I really, really love. So I really, really enjoyed that break from reality. Put my son to bed. I was like, yo, this is everything. But then people started talking. Who's going to do the next battle? Well, if you looked at the comments while the Verzuz Instagram channel was up, you see that Keisha Cole wants smoke with Ashanti. I'm not really sure if that's a good battle.
Absolutely.
Then again, it could be a good battle.
Absolutely. Very good one.
I mean, because it's either you have... Who would win that battle?
Maybe Ashanti.
Ashanti.
Ashanti's written a lot of songs. We
Yeah,
forgot.
exactly.
She wrote a lot of people's
Her
songs.
biggest hit is one of Jennifer Lopez's top 5.
thing. Yeah.
Okay, so
She wrote
here's
songs.
this is what we're talking about now. Are we doing hit for hit songs that they sang, or are we also including songs that they've written?
We including it, just like they did with
Yeah,
Babyface. Everything you touch.
Anything you touch.
Everything you touch.
You would want to have that show for.
That was
and,
me.
And that would be a good one.
Snoop did it because he sung Dre's part. He was like, I wrote it.
No, do you didn't know that?
Yeah. We all
Wait,
know
wait.
that.
But see, that's the beauty of Verzuz.
Yeah.
You get to learn things that you never knew, and it was like, whoa, mind blown. A lot of people look stupid right now. Like, you wrote that? Yo, son,
Yeah.
what else did you do? Like, now it makes me kind of want to be like, yo, Snoop, can you come on to the show so we can have a real conversation? I'm going to need, like, more than just an hour of truth because I got to know some things. You know what I mean? But, okay, so y'all think it's a good battle. I don't know if Ashanti's down for it. I know Keisha is. She wants that smoke, so she's trying to, I guess, she broke up with her boyfriend.
Did
so
she?
I'm guessing she's
Again?
trying to, she has that Fox Soul show
I
that
thought,
she
yeah,
does.
yeah, yeah.
I don't know if that's still going on. I didn't see any new episodes, but it is what it is. So maybe she needs somebody to pay attention to her. I don't know.
I mean, unfortunately, you can always tell, I think she's a very attractive woman. I think she means well, but when you grow up in a broken household the way she did, and, the fact that I was shocked that she actually agreed to do one of those reality TVs, moms on drugs and this and that.
I was happy.
Yeah.
That
You
was
can
good
see,
TV.
well, you can see like,
No,
Brought out Nefertaria. What you talking
yeah,
about?
but you see the pain. Like, I don't want to see that pain. Like,
come on, bro.
it just
supposed to
made
be
you,
uplifting.
just make you really root for her more. But I think from a talent over, I think both of them had very, very good hits. I mean, it just with Keisha, unfortunately, it happened to Mary, and Mary had to change her style around a little bit. Where every single album was just a heartbreak after a heartbreak, and we're like, well, you ain't ever gonna meet nobody if you keep doing the same things over and over again.
I don't need it to. That's her best music.
But
Mary?
Yeah.
Mary,
Was she heartbroken?
She bangs it out.
She get the hits.
I feel. Listen, if she wanted to take a break and fall in love, great. But I need you to break up again so you can give us those anthems.
I think she's done with relationships.
Because she's beautiful. I mean, it's like, I'm sorry that she's cursed with writing those anthems. Like, whenever we're pissed off at men, it's like all you hear is Mary.
Yeah,
Because
I get
Mary
that.
heals us. It's like, it's a healing thing that happens because she's one of us.
Is she healing, or are you just relating because you're so angry with?
Well, I mean,
men?
everyone
That's all.
deals with
Healing
heartbreak.
and
Yeah,
relating.
it would do that.
See?
But
Because
no,
it
that
feels like if Mary goes through it, then I know I'm not the only one.
well, that won't be good to see because, like I said, both of them,
That was
both of
sad.
the ladies are still attractive. Keisha can sing.
What you looking for the looks?
No, I'm just saying, like, it's not like
Keep
you
it
want
real.
to bring.
That's what you guys think.
You want to bring Little Kim in there. She looks completely different from what she used to. But you have two beautiful women. The only thing I can say is Keisha Cole can actually freaking sing, whereas Shanti can only hold a note.
I don't want Little Kim to be in one, and let me tell
I
you
don't
why.
want it either.
Yeah, I agree with you on that.
I was like, you know what? Now that we all know Biggie wrote the whole album,
Yeah.
it's like, homie. It's like you just gonna perform it.
But that one, I give the fans and everyone credit. That one would be a really good one.
Wait, what do you say? He wrote whose whole album?
Kim,
So, given the fact that he was super talented like that, see now I
and
know
he
why
going
had
too,
to-
so we can't get nothing back.
But
Yeah.
now we know why he had to die. Why he
My
was
Lord.
killed.
Oh my Lord! Why?
Well, I mean,
For
if you
somebody
could
that's
get-
so talented like that, exactly.
if you could get the producers
You gotta
together,
go.
if you could get Dre together and get P Diddy together and do a Pac versus
I listen to that.
Biggie, do it that way.
A Death Row versus
A Death Row,
Bad Boy.
that would
and
break
they go,
the
they
internet.
go
they
for
haven't
hits and
thought
hits.
about that, but then you're
No,
gonna
they
hear
don't.
somebody calling from the jail talking about excuse.
Well, no, I think it'll probably happen after
It's a
the
collect call
divorce.
from-
He ain't trying to give his wife any more money
Yeah,
that
serious.
he already has to.
Or-
But I think that won't be a good one.
Before you move on to the next topic, what do you think that Verzuz is now brought? Like they sold it to the Apple whatever
They sold
platform.
it to Apple, and I guess that's for the streaming purposes because a lot of people stream on Apple, and it's better quality because it's on Instagram.
But now that it has a backing of money, do you think it's going to be more watered down?
No, because it's still black owned, and they promise it's still going to be the same.
Well,
They're
I mean,
not, I don't
you-
think they're
I'm
gonna
not worried about
cater.
promises, but I'm
Right.
just talking about catering to the audience because now they can't just cater to us, our 2 million of us, if we're doing black owned. They got to hit the whole, Apple's
But they've
white
been
audience.
trying to. But see, here's the thing: they've been trying to. Like they've been wanting to do a Spanish version. They've been wanting to branch out anyway.
Yeah.
And that was going to happen, but you needed to start somewhere.
You need to bring a great executive. I'm talking about like someone in the back office that everyone knows and respects, but we don't know that person's name. And that's I think was the grandfather of I forgot the gentleman's name, but everyone in the behind doors knew who he was. But we didn't know who he was, and they did show him on Netflix. You need one of those guys in the back that can make things happen.
Maybe.
And for
Okay.
them selling it to it, maybe Apple has the money to generate to get people to do that. And I would love to see other verses, the pop stars or freestyles.
Should we do a B League? A mixtape guys?
I would say a
and
mix- I mean,
regular
you would-
mumble
I mean,
rappers?
it depends on.
You would just get that B League
Or should we just do
quality.
stars?
No, it depends on the
of
frequency.
each thing?
It depends on the frequency of when this is going to happen. Now, if you're going to go and move over to the pop era genre, then that you have so many people.
Right.
That's going to be ridiculous, and then you're going to
I
draw
already know
more
who you could put together.
attention
I
and
already
more
know.
numbers because pop crosses over. A lot of
Right.
black people listen to pop as well.
Right.
So the numbers are going to be high. It's all about who's the first ones to go.
That's easy.
Who?
That's easy.
Who?
You get Justin Timberlake and Bruno Mars. Break the internet.
Now,
Exactly.
that is something
That
I
would
see
be
them doing.
epic.
But this is what I mean by watered down because we only deal with stars. We'll cross over into different genres.
Well, if you get the right two B League or C League two,
That's what I'm
C-League
saying.
guys to go against each other, of course you would do
That
that.
will go. That will work.
Or,
especially if you're going to do with Bruno and he's allowed to add songs that he's written.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, it's just so with Justin, the fact that they go from deep love songs to
Right, to
extremely
fast.
dancing songs, and you have two guys that can sing, write, and dance and do it all. That will be a phenomenal. Now,
Okay.
if you want to start doing versus intros, then we could bring Jeff's idea in and start bringing the B&D League in to do 3 or 4 songs versus each other to get the crowd ready like we would a regular concert, to get them ready for the main
I see
draw.
this as a concert in 2021.
Agreed.
But see, here's what's going to happen because right now they've got the artists together in the same spot versus them being separated.
Right.
Yes.
Because if you're doing all that, that means that if you have one artist in California and one is in New York, now you got to fly people out to a location,
No
and
problem.
then they're going to be looking for something. So you got to be careful what you're
Well, you
asking
should be
for because
paying
some
these
people are
guys
probably looking
anyway.
for more.
I think they paid these people a little bit a piece, and I don't
Right.
think the
Off the
people that we
back
had
end.
there now really asked for a lot because they came out of respect, half because they knew the people doing it.
Right.
But now that they have the backing, this is why I say,
Okay.
will it be whitewashed and watered down? Because once you start adding the Pepsis, the big names to it,
Well, I mean,
it's like all
I
right.
hope not. I hope not.
No
Even if you bring them-
curses.
I mean, you
no,
can bring them in.
no raunchies. No,
No,
you know what I
bring
mean.
them in
Things
for
like
the
that.
sponsorship, but you leave it the way it is. And now that the Apple's evolved and they have the right, you don't have to fly anybody from New York to go. So if Justin's in New York and Bruno's in New York, you can have one band there, and they can just go song for song.
I mean, he's Hawaiian, so I mean, I'm just saying, in the event that he's in Hawaii,
Right.
y'all can still do what you got to do.
Yeah, they don't have to fly. Now saying that we have this big backing,
Okay.
they have the right people to bring in.
So who's next? People are talking about Joe versus Tyrese, and then Tank got involved and said he can smoke both of them.
Yeah, no.
So would this be the first three-way?
No,
I don't want to see
Joe-
none of those. Nope.
Tyrese and Tank?
I would see Joe, but I wouldn't put Joe against Tyrese.
Yeah, I wouldn't even do that to him.
Now I would put put Joe against Trey Songz. That would be more of a to me. That would be more of a match.
Trey Songz against Tyrese.
Absolutely not.
Why? What do you have against Tyrese?
It's not that he had that. I think he's a talented singer, but you could tell he wanted to do acting. He left it alone. But I mean, there's the more of Tyrese songs is his features, the ones that you pay more attention to.
Okay.
He had Lady, and I think it was like one or two other songs.
I'm sorry, you don't have Black Rose, the album.
Yeah, one or two songs. I mean, I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'm sorry.
I can't even see his face right now, but I'm just saying, what?
This is the B League that I'm talking about.
I can't deal with y'all right now.
Can't put Joe as
So,
a B-League.
I'm done with
No,
No, not Joe.
Yeah.
I'm Tyrese.
Tyrese,
Y'all
I
are
would say.
canceled.
What?
Y'all are canceled.
You are bugging.
So now,
You are bugging.
then they were talking about Chris Brown, and Chris Brown said the
Nah,
only
see.
person he would battle is Breezy.
I can see that.
That would be the first where he'll be battling himself, because who can he really battle?
Easy.
Who you put him against?
Let's see, because I had it in my head yesterday. You got
Trey
it.
Songz?
Absolutely not.
No.
Trey, I mean, it'll be similar, but Trey ain't got enough. Trey ain't got enough hits.
That ain't gonna work. They
Ain't
friends.
nobody killing each other in these verses. They could be a
But what I'm
celebration.
saying, this is like it doesn't even. No.
Oh, that's easy.
Who?
You mentioned it already in your notes.
Who?
R. Kelly.
Oh.
Oh
Ah!
no! See, here's the thing. R.
That
Kelly.
would
You stupid.
that would be epic.
It would be epic, but R. Kelly would smoke him because he's got so many hits. R. Kelly would win.
Well,
So
R.
my
Kelly
next-
got more written hits, but as far as like songs and catalogs, like Chris Brown has
It's gonna be
about
hard.
3 to 4.
It'll be
album-
hard.
It'll be 3 to 4 album
Chris had
catalog
Vegas.
of
Let me ask
hits.
you this. Okay, let me ask you
Of
this.
hits.
It'll be hard.
Let me ask you this. If they said, Chris Brown, we don't want you to face off with Breezy, how about, and they were in talks and say, we could do this Negro from jail, okay? And they could go into the prison, have him isolated, and give him what he needs, clean him up, and be like, okay, we're going to do a versus battle between you, R. Kelly, and you, Chris Brown. Do you think people would watch?
Hell yeah.
Yes.
That would break the internet.
That would, yes.
Yes.
That would
Yes.
smoke the internet.
Yes.
That would smoke the internet.
Yes.
What the girls do, what the Scott and all that would triple that. That would
So-
that
Yeah,
would triple
Jill
that.
Scott and Erica Bo was fun.
They're gonna be like, Me Too people. This is about the music. It ain't about nothing else.
Nope.
Man, it's
Well,
in
see,
jail.
that's-
But you
He's
know
still
what?
a musician.
They just gonna watch just the bad mouth it. Like, how could y'all? They gonna
Meanwhile,
watch.
But they'll
as
be
soon
watching.
as he drops A Woman's Worth or whatever it
Yep.
is he plays, come on now.
Come on,
Man, they're gonna be
seems
stepping
like
in the
you
name of
ready?
love. They're gonna be in there.
You're like
Listen,
12
jail?
play? Yeah,
Yeah.
but
Now
see,
the
that's,
meme seems like you're ready and he in jail. And with all these guys.
you're wrong for that. But seriously,
Yo.
both of these guys got albums of hits. Not 2 or 3 hits.
man,
These guys
tons.
got albums of hits. So, like, as far as on the same platform, these are the only 2 guys you can have go against each other.
Okay, so Choke No Joke was on Instagram Live with LL Cool J, and they were talking about the versus battle between DMX and Snoop, and then who would LL go up against, right? So Swiss happened to join the conversation and was leading to Big Daddy Kane.
Absolutely.
And a lot of people said Jay-Z.
No.
No.
But
Hell
then
no.
Swiss also said, Jay-Z ain't coming out.
Now that I believe.
You put the right artist up against him, and he'll do it.
Nah.
You
No.
do Jay and Nas,
Nope.
Jay's coming out.
This comes back to my point of now that Apple's behind it. Jay gonna be like, well, I'm gonna need. Here's my contingency
Well,
plan.
as long as they
If,
win to
what
bring
I think-
title in
and
as a proper,
again, that's more money.
Right.
They're gonna have to pay him.
as long as you bring it in the red, but that would break the
Why
internet
would they
also.
have to pay? If everybody's doing this just for the culture, why should anybody
Ain't
have
nobody
to
doing
pay
this
you?
for no culture.
Nobody doing it for
They
culture.
getting paid. You think they do it? Culture in my pockets.
You know when it was culture? When we were listening to crappy Wi-Fi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The song in the background.
We got a storm outside.
Yeah.
Nigga, plug your wire in. Give me a cord.
Then people were talking about Eddie King Jr. versus David Ruffin. Do you know who that is? So that's the
I
Five
know David
Heartbeats
Ruffin.
versus
I know David Ruffin,
the
but you-
Temptations, played by Leon. So it would be Leon playing both.
No, nigga.
And you would have to do
Nigga, no.
what's the guy from
They
the Gap
wrong.
Band? What's the guy from the Gap Band?
The guy from the Gap Band.
Charlie Wilson.
Oh,
You give me
yeah.
that.
Against.
You give me that, somebody get pregnant. You understand what I'm saying?
I could put him against Ron Isley. Those two should go together.
That is true.
That
That is-
that
I
would be
don't
something.
know. I don't know if they're ready for that because
No.
they're ends up pregnant. I'm
Oh
by myself.
shit! I can't help you there. I can't
You know
help
what I'm
you there.
saying? That if they like say if you're gonna do it, you want mega stars.
And Ron and both of them made recent hits
And
that
if
people
you
know
get
of them.
okay, so go back to R. Kelly and Chris Brown.
Okay.
If Ron Isley can go to the jail cell wherever they're holding
No.
him to have this
No.
versus battle, so you
Yo.
know
Yo.
to do it live. Wait a minute, and then bring in Kelly Price. Do you already know who won the battle?
It's too much of a gap there.
Nah.
What you mean it's too much of a gap?
Nah.
Between R. Kelly and it's too much a gap. If you want to bring, like I said, you want to bring
No,
closer
she's talking about the
generations
three of them
to
get
each other.
together to perform that song they did.
Yeah, I-
that shit like nah.
I think I think Jeff said it perfect.
Okay.
You put them together, but Chris Brown and R. Kelly shatter. You talking about money? They'll clean it. They'll clean them up. They'll bring a band in there. They'll put them in the gymnasium or the rec yard or whatever they have,
Yeah, I'm trying
and
to
they'll
see.
do it for money.
Who could he go against? Because I don't see anybody on the. I mean Trey. Because
Nah,
the
Trey ain't got
poppy
enough
songs,
hits.
but I don't know.
Trey ain't got enough hits.
I mean,
The only
you have to
the only
get-
other
Oh.
person you could put up against Chris Brown would
Who's
be
with the
Neo.
braids?
Would be Neo.
That's like a million people with braids.
Lloyd.
Absolutely not.
Lloyd don't
ever-
have enough hits.
Don't ever
You
disrespect
just
that man.
said
like
you
that.
just said Trey Songz doesn't have enough hits.
Trey
No,
got more
Trey-
hits than Lloyd.
Trey got
Come
more hits
on.
than Lloyd.
Come on. Like, come on.
But if we're talking
Maybe
about
go back to
hits,
education. I mean, that doesn't.
Shut up. I got a master's degree, homie. Like, shut up.
yeah, if we're talking about straight hits, this is the only guy he could go against. And
All
then-
right, so then listen, Spish, you got to talk to Apple. Y'all gonna have to get
Yeah.
R. Kelly his setup, or at least let him go out with an ankle monitor and bring him to a location,
I can't.
clean him up.
He gonna
and
be
then
playing in the mess hall. That's where he gonna
You're
be.
gonna
getting
have to
echo.
just, yo,
But that would
this
be a
is the
good
battle
one.
we want. This is what we want.
That would be a great battle.
If you can't do that, then you need to figure out how to do Brandy and Monica, and let's
Now
get it
the
going.
only hold on.
I can see down.
The only other one, I just thought about it. If you want to do performances that can do it, you would do, and you don't have to worry about going to jail, people getting shivved or nothing. You could do Chris Brown and do Usher. They both can dance.
I can
Okay.
see that.
They both can dance, and they both got hits. They got enough hits to go hit for hit.
Okay, if you can't get R. Kelly, then Usher has
Usher
to go
would be the.
against Chris Brown.
I would pay for that. I would still pay for that because they're performers. They both like to dance. They could put on a show, and they both can sing. So this would be a
Yeah, but see,
great
the
show.
problem with Usher is that he's got to work on his breathing because a lot of times he'd be out of breath because
I
he's
mean-
not on his game like that. So
Well, I mean, if you don't
he's
take your
gonna
herpes
be about it.
if you don't take your herpes medication, allegedly.
Okay. So moving on, Tekashi 6ix9ine has been given $5 million to live stream on September 5th,
Are we still watching this guy?
performing his new album. It would be 1 hour, starting at 8 p.m. 12 songs,
How much?
$5 million.
Not enough, but
It's
yeah,
called Global Stream Now. You guys are gonna watch?
No.
everyone's gonna watch. Well, I would say
People
we,
will, wow.
we might not watch, but he's gonna get a
He'll
million
get an
views.
audience.
This man breaks the internet anytime he does anything. People love him, people hate him, and people who hate him watch him, and
Yeah.
people who love him watch him. So what I'm saying is, when he first got out of jail, or just before he went to jail, his label gave him 10 mil. He had another 10 mil when he got out.
Okay.
And he's been breaking record upon record, and everyone's saying, why is this person working with him?
Tekashi,
Why is
can I
that
hold
person
like a
working with
mill?
him? Huh?
Can I hold like a mill, Tekashi? I
Nothing
liked
wrong
your
with
last
that.
song. It got me through my workout. Can I,
Maybe a couple
With
hundred
the
thousand.
Spanish one? Or the one with Nicki?
the one with Nicki?
All right.
I like him and Nicki together. I think they.
It was a
Maybe that's
great.
just me.
The
I
fact
like
that they
it
took
together.
the greatest shot in the world after Meek Mills.
Do you guys see any more of that? I don't see any more of that happen.
Of what?
What?
Nikki with him.
Why
Absolutely.
not? Why not?
Absolutely, you see it. Absolutely,
Absolutely, I
don't
see it.
Yeah.
It's all about money.
It's about money.
But yeah,
But they
remember
got a
Nikki.
good chemistry.
This is Nikki. See, the Nikki that everyone's seeing now
She gonna try to separate herself.
is not the Nikki
she?
that. It's not the Nikki that we kind of like in her beginning stages. She switched her whole style up.
She ain't
So she's
separating
gonna eat.
herself. She's blackballed. That's
She's
the
gonna eat.
problem.
Who's blackball?
Nikki.
Nikki got her own money. She works.
Why do you think
don't
she
care about
blackball?
Because that's another show. Sierra gave birth to her newest son, Wynn Harrison Wilson.
Aw.
Yeah, now her husband can go play football and stop whining.
Poor Russell
He
Wilson.
and the rest
Oh,
of some other
Lord.
football players decided to write out talking about their concerns. He said, I am concerned. My wife is pregnant. She just gave birth. She good. Came home after 2 days. Training camp is about to start. No clear plan on player health and family safety. Here's how this is how you work it. You go away, live in a bubble, and play until your team makes it to the playoffs or whatever it is. If your team doesn't make it or advance, then y'all can go home. Your wife and children will be fine. It's called Skype.
No.
and TV.
He waited.
She
He
just
waited.
had a baby. You can't do that.
Well, not the fact that he just had a baby. You gotta remember he waited to marriage to smash that. So he ain't trying to be away
Yeah.
from it any longer than possible. All right, here's the thing. We all have a proper amount of knowledge to know now. As long as you're sterilizing yourself, you're taking the proper precautions, you'll be good. Even if you are surrounded with other people, if you still take care of yourself properly, keep your hands out your face. I understand you're an NFL player. Stop licking your fingers after you touch the ball. There's certain habits that these players, this is what they do. They're going to have to break your habit out of it. You break yourself out of these habits, and you'll be safe.
That's disgusting.
That's what they do.
Maybe I never paid attention.
No, you never.
No, most people don't. Still, I think you
Y'all
don't
like
pay.
to lick balls.
Shut up. I knew that was coming. I knew he was gonna lowball.
But
Baseball
listen,
people do it too.
We understand that, but Russell's not gonna not make the $100 and some million that he's making, especially because now like there's no prenup involved in here.
Okay.
So he gotta make as much money as possible. So you gotta make it work, homie. You gotta feed the family.
Okay, Empire star Taraji P. Henson is developing an Empire spinoff. She signed a first look deal with 20th Century Fox, so we will be getting more Cookie Lion, and then also we are going to get a real finale episode 2 Empire. So I guess they're gonna correct the wrongs that they did with the last finale because they rushed it. But here's my issue. I'm pissed off about this. Because there was an interview that Taraji did years ago where she said that she wasn't trying to play Cookie forever and she wasn't going to be on the show forever because she wanted to do other things. And now she just inked this new deal where she's going to have a Cookie spinoff. And my thing is, I'm tired of Cookie. Like, Cookie lasted for as long as Cookie lasted for. I don't think she should continue because if she does, I feel like if she does any other projects after this, all people are going to see is Cookie. They're not going to see anything else.
Should be typecast. Yes.
Thank you.
I think she's the right actress not to get typecast. Her catalog is so large, where she's played
Angry Black Girl.
all kinds of. She played the golf Hall of Fame, the first black female. She played the number
she?
figures, Hidden Figures.
Hidden Figures. She did
She's
that.
played in a
This is
lot.
good.
Yeah, she's played in a lot of great roles of great black history stars, and so I think if anybody can do it, it could be her. But the reason she's doing it, I think, because she's given the power to do it. Now there may be some things because Fox was behind Empire, and there may be a lot of things that you're forced to do because of your contract that now she can make things go a little differently and make it work different to where it can actually work because she'll have power to do what she wants to do with it. There's a lot of times where a lot of actors and actresses are stuck doing what the writers want them to do, and it doesn't really fit the role of the individual the way the star wants it to. And now that they're giving her power, and she'll probably be, probably be bringing home a bigger bag, knock yourself out, boo-boo.
All right, Martha
Maybe.
Stewart is looking for a daddy or mommy. She took this picture on Instagram, and people went crazy. I think she looks good. I think she's taking care of herself.
Very.
And I think at her age, she should be smashing. Get it.
Wait, she's bisexual?
I don't know, but
Oh, I was asking
I'm
for
trying to
real.
be correct because we don't know, and I don't want to get in trouble for just thinking she goes one way and disrespecting the fact that she may go
Well, you
another
should've
way.
said-
I think at her age, it's okay to assume that though. When they're younger, then that's when they get angry.
I'm trying to be okay.
I love Martha because she's the ultimate G. She didn't grow up in the hood, but she had a hood
I believe
hood
Jersey City
tendencies.
and Nutley.
Yeah, I mean, she went to jail, even though it wasn't really jail. It was a country club, but she went to jail.
Federal prison.
She took a beat. I mean, a spanking on the butt.
Oh, and
the
that's
right way.
78.
Yeah, that's
Years
good
young.
makeup.
Listen, I pose like that too. If that'll give me somebody.
I mean, it's a good thing. You know, you have
You
a
ain't
lot
78.
I mean, look at how old Chris Jenner is.
I don't know. Probably
She
60s.
had surgery.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying
And good makeup,
Martha
yeah.
looked better than her, and Martha's 70-something.
In this picture, yeah,
I'm
I
not
get
saying
it.
Martha
Her
didn't
without
have
makeup.
surgery too, but
What'd you say?
Chris.
You
What
want
was she
makeup?
say?
You want
With
makeup?
Kris Jenner without makeup, and then she's just laying there at her old age, and
She looks different without that. What's that? The paste, the foundation you guys
Foundation.
put on. That first concealer, whatever the hell it is.
That's bad.
I'm gonna keep my
Yeah.
comments
Sincerely.
myself.
But I mean,
What do
she
you say?
looks good, and like I said, she went to jail. She did her time. She didn't snitch on anybody. She doesn't have to worry about anything. She did what she was supposed to do.
She got enough cash, man.
Yeah, she
good.
got enough cash. She good, and she smoked with Snoop, so she good.
Well, then I think she'll be okay. So, did anybody watch Fatal Affair on Netflix?
Absolutely not.
No, thank you.
Okay, I did. Why didn't you guys watch it?
Me, I'm not a fan of Neil Long.
Gosh, you don't support black films?
I support
Okay.
films.
Wait.
I
Was
think-
this a black film? And I don't mean a black film just because it had black leads.
Oh, yeah, I'm calling it a black film.
Yes, yeah.
Right,
I was
yeah.
like, wait, this is not a. Everybody else was way behind it, white.
Yeah.
I was like, wait.
That's just like Black Lives Matter. It's no
Yeah,
difference.
look at it, like,
it's no
yeah.
difference.
Yeah, like you said, it's so
I
different.
mean-
Well, no, like I said,
So-
I just don't like her attitude,
Okay.
real
well,
life attitude.
Nia Long plays a married woman, but she's unhappy. Her daughter's in college. Her husband is recovering from a shoulder surgery because when he took his shirt off, you saw, like, I guess,
Scars.
a deep scar. And he had, like, a whole bunch of medications, so I'm assuming it was a shoulder thing.
Okay.
He was recovering. They're not intimate. She doesn't look happy. He's in bed sleeping, knocked out because of the medication, and she just goes into bed and she falls asleep, wakes up, goes to her job. She, is an attorney, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
She went to her job, went into a meeting, and was reintroduced to an old friend of hers from college, Omar Epps. And they had a lovely reunion. She was surprised to see him, and he wanted to get some drinks and catch up.
Mm-hmm.
And she said no, because she kind of wanted to go home, be with her husband. And then she made plans with her friends to go out for drinks, and she met up with Omar again. And she was like, yeah, we can meet up. You can come with me and my girlfriend. We're going to go out and get drinks. So they met up, but the girlfriend couldn't go because she had to stay and work on her brief.
Of course
She's an
not.
attorney, too. And she wanted to leave,
Okay.
but he convinced her to stay. So they went, got a booth, had some drinks, and she wanted to get out. So he took her dancing, and they had fun dancing or whatever. They were getting kind of close.
Aww.
And then she realized it was too close because she married. So she went to the bathroom to go get herself, relax, calm down, girl, you're married. Opens the door to leave, and he's standing right there. Okay?
Okay.
And then that's when he just rushes in, kisses her, picks her up, puts her on a sing, and you thought they was about to do something, right? Next thing you know, how you guys do, you fidgeting with the bottom parts of your pants, and
Okay.
he's about ready to, give it to her, and she stops.
Rookie mistake. But
And
go
she's like, no, I can't do this. Because she's like, I'm married. I can't do this. And
Yeah.
then she goes away. And he's been calling her, trying to get in touch with her. She's blocking his calls. She's like not trying to have any of it. It was a one-time thing. It was really nothing. Forget about her. All that stuff, right?
Okay.
Now she's focused on her marriage. She's focused on her husband, trying to get that back going. And they've been having a good time together. They even started kissing each other again and making love to each other.
Okay.
So she's in a good place, but he keeps calling. Then he meets up. Well, I don't want to say he met up with her. He was stalking her and ran into her. And she's like, well, what are you doing here? And he was like, I just want to talk to you. I can't get you out of my head. And she was like, you have to, because I'm married.
Yeah.
Now leave me alone. Then she has dinner with her best friend, the other attorney. And her best friend was bringing over her new boyfriend. Her
Okay.
new boyfriend happens to be
Omar
Omar
Epps.
Epps.
Aw.
So now she's like, this mother effer.
Wait, he did it on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
He knew that was the.
Yes.
Gotcha.
So They all sitting there having dinner. She's very uncomfortable. She tries to warn the best friend that this guy isn't all that, but she wasn't hearing any of it. And she goes through lengths just to tell her best friend, leave this guy alone. And then he already brainwashed her, saying, you know, they had a little something, and now
She's stuck on me.
Yes. So she's like pissed off at Nia, and they're going back and forth. But Nia doesn't give up. She researches his past and realizes that he a little crazy.
Okay.
So she tries desperately to go back and tell her friend, and then her friend finally starts putting two together. And she got a hold of his phone and saw these pictures of Nia with her husband, like he was stalking her.
Yes.
Okay? And found pictures of his ex-wife. And she's like, well, what is this? And then he knocks her out. But he didn't kill her, so she didn't die.
Okay.
Now Nia is all in a panic. She goes to the house, making sure everything's okay. Her family's there. So she's like, what's going on? I got to tell my husband. And then she told her husband that she met this guy and who he was. And he met him, obviously, because he came to the house. And then she said, you know, I didn't sleep with him, but I was going to.
Right.
And then he was pissed off, but he was like, we're just going to have to work through it. Because obviously something's wrong to make you even go to that length of almost sleeping with somebody.
Right.
I'm thinking, really, dude, you okay with that? I guess it's okay because she ain't sleep with the guy.
Yeah.
What would you rather him do?
I don't
Bitch,
know.
get out! Get it!
I was like, I mean, she just, okay. Maybe that one night of passion y'all had was good. Then, all of a sudden, they got a call on the news. It was a dead body on the beach, and it was his body. So, apparently, he died. So, she was thinking
Omar
everything's-
Epps.
Omar Epps.
Okay.
So, then she's thinking everything's okay. She gets a call. She has to go into the office to sign some papers. It was like really, really late. So she's like, honey, I got to go. I have to get this paperwork signed. So she goes. Next thing you know, she goes to the office. Something ain't right. She almost trips over a dead body. It's the assistant. Her assistant is killed. So then she's like, oh, my God. She runs home. And her daughter's boyfriend was outside dead. And then she's looking for her family.
Damn.
Yes, because the guy was crazy, and the guy was gonna hurt her daughter and her husband.
Yeah.
And so then it was about survival. And at the end of all this, he ended up dying. He fell over a cliff. And then the very end of the movie, she sold her house, and her husband were like, okay again. Was it the best movie? No. But I was excited to see Nia Long and Omar Epps. As we talked off camera, this is like the first time I think they reconnected since In Too
Okay.
Deep. So I was excited to see them both. It wasn't like an A+ movie, but you know what? Out of all the other movies that I've seen, I have to say it was enjoyable to watch. Omar was a little crazy, had moments, but I think it would have been better if maybe somebody else died.
Like who?
You know?
Her? Oh, the husband?
Maybe the husband. You know, I would like to see him take out the husband. I mean, because if you're really crazy like that, then shoot, take out everybody.
Jesus.
I mean, that whole falling off the cliff just kind of. But I wouldn't watch this if you forced me. Sorry.
How does it stack up against Acrimony? Better or worse? Equal?
That one I liked.
I liked Acrimony. I was just upset that she was upset because the man moved on, but he paid you back. He bought you back your house. He gave you money, and you still wasn't happy.
It wasn't that. It's because the only reason she moved on is because she got tired of everyone around her wanting her to move on. She wasn't ready to move on. You went that long with a guy, you're going to go the rest of the way. And she allowed her family to, get in her ear consistently, constantly. And she finally decided, you know what, forget it, fine. And that's the time that she let go is the time when you actually made it. And that's what she was holding on to the most.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
I took a 95 there. The other girl only put 5% in, and then she reaped the benefits of everything.
Good times.
Okay, so if you want to watch it, it's on Netflix. I would say watch it.
No. That's it.
If you had a boo with you, I would say watch it. If
Oh,
she
don't do
wanted to
that.
watch
If you
it.
got a girl that you want to leave your house or a guy, play this.
Oh, shit.
Okay, I'll be sure. Was on a show called Fox Fox Soul has another show called Motown, hosted by Angela Yee, and that irritates my soul.
Yes, it does.
Oh my
And
lord.
I'll Be Sure was on, and she really didn't say much. It was I don't like Angela Yee.
Why?
She's starting to annoy me.
She didn't do anything.
She's starting to annoy me.
Oh.
But anyway,
Yeah, go ahead.
he started talking about Kim Porter, who he claims was murdered.
Yes.
And then he broke out into some tears. And I'm trying to figure out how much did you care about this woman? Because if you loved her so much, and he also alluded that they were married at one point, if you loved her so much, you were okay with her staying with a guy who wasn't really healthy for her and living this life that didn't make much sense, but okay. But he's upset and heartbroken that she passed away. But he also said that she was healthy. So he's still confused as to why she died.
Well, I
If you
mean,
care. I don't think anybody really cared. But I guess he wants to be known. Or he needs his 5 minutes.
you cruel as hell.
I mean, can he not go through his moment?
No, because nobody was really paying attention, I'll be sure. And then all of a sudden, he posts something on Instagram that he did take down, a video of him learning about, Kim's passing. And I'm trying to
Yes.
figure out, you got to be great at capturing yourself all emotional for Instagram. I ain't got time for you today, sorry. You're an actor. You don't even take care of your son. Bye.
No. That was deep.
Tamar Braxton. So she did attempt suicide
Okay.
because she was being portrayed as a villain in her new show on WeTV, Tamar Braxton, Get Your Life.
Yes.
So WeTV put out the trailer for the show, and she didn't like it. She felt like she was blindsided. Now, you were a part of WeTV since 2011. I'm still trying to figure out how you let a whole TV company make you want to kill yourself when all you had to do was either walk away, pay them to get out of your contract, or just deal with it, suck it up until you're contractually fulfilled. Like, I don't understand. Are you still getting a check from them? Like, what is going on here? But they did release the 911 tapes. And the 911 tapes, you could hear her boyfriend talking about how he found her. And then he added some extra stuff in there that wasn't even necessary. So he added that she was upset about WeTV and the way that she was being portrayed. And, before I left, I knew that she was upset and she was talking like all crazy. Then I was thinking, if you knew that she was upset, you knew she was possibly suicidal, why would you leave her alone? Sir, your girlfriend, why would you leave her alone?
He didn't want to be there.
Why would you mention WeTV on a phone call? On no 911.
So now I'm looking at y'all funny. So was this a real deal or was this a publicity stunt?
I knew you was going there. I knew you were going there.
Because if it was a real deal, I can't see you adding all this extra stuff. But I can't see why you would leave her alone if she was upset. That doesn't make any sense to me. And you conveniently come back in enough time to catch her so that way she wasn't out. Because looking back at all the videos of you and Tamar, something's not adding up with this whole I'm just going to take my life crap and you're not even thinking about your child. I'm like, wait, what? Something is off. And I'm starting to think that this is a publicity stunt. Because again, you talked about WeTV like they were dogs and how you all boycotted the Braxtons because they don't pay you. But you're quick to promote you got a new show and you let them tape you. The public's not as dumb. Y'all can sit there and fall for this all you want to, but then you get mad at Tracy Braxton, her sister, because she promoted a movie that she's doing. What do you expect Tracy to do? Tracy's not Tamar's mother. She's her sister. She knew that Tamar was going to recover, so she kept doing what she had to do. She got bills of her own. She ain't taking her life. Even when times got tough for Tracy, I ain't see Tracy trying to take her life. Adrienne Bailon, one of the remaining members of The Real, posted on Instagram a video where she was sitting on her husband, Israel Halton's lap, talking about, people saying, how can you haven't publicly said anything about Tamar? And she was basically saying that some things are meant to be private. Just because you don't see people posting in public doesn't mean that they're not praying in private. And that's a sensitive issue. And that's not something that she's going to put out publicly. Privately, she's praying for the girl. Because clearly there are issues there. There have been issues for a long time, but she doesn't need to make it public. And I actually agree with Adrian on this.
Okay.
Not everything is meant for public. Now, clearly, if you know somebody's intentions and you know she's a praying person and she's with a man that's a praying person, you already knew that they were praying for her. And according to Israel, she personally reached out to Tamar. Just saying. So, Adrian, you still had her number, huh?
This is, she's always had behind the scenes hidden issues or problems. She might even be more talented than Tony. She might be able to sing better than Tony. But unfortunately, because she's never been able to get that kind of accolades from everyone, it burns her because it's obviously she wants it. She's always wanted recognition.
Okay, but they didn't want her. I mean, we
Well,
saw
and
the
that's
movie.
the thing,
movie
and-
they
and-
picked. They
Well,
came,
you can go
all
out and
the
make
girl.
your own.
I'm sorry, all the girls auditioned,
Right.
and they wanted Tony. Tony set it all up for them to be famous. Okay,
Right.
Tony can't hold your hand. Tamar, you had the world given to you. When the Braxtons came out, and after the first season, and everybody was like, Tamar, 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 you had the world. You can't blame Tony or anybody else for screwing it up. When you sat down at the end of the last season of the Braxtons and y'all was talking to Iyanla was looking at you sideways. Okay? You can't blame anybody but Tamar. You had everything. You can't blame Tony for Tamar's issues. Tamar's issues are Tamar's. She's a grown-ass woman. Okay?
So you think this is a stunt?
I'm starting to think it's a stunt because I'm questioning why your boyfriend would talk about the WeTV to the. Why does the 911 person care? They just want to know she's breathing and try to help you. What does
Right.
that have to do with it? You tell the police that. You don't need to tell 911 that. And then it was convenient. His story was convenient. And the first thing I was thinking of was, but if you knew she was upset, why'd you leave?
Right. Right.
Why would you leave? If you and I are dating and you know I'm upset, why would you leave me? If you know that I'm slightly, possibly suicidal, you gonna leave me alone?
Yeah.
But it
And
depends on
you
what
do
she-
this when? Where was her son?
I don't know. Where was the son?
I'm willing to bet her son wasn't in the house and probably with the father. So this is all convenient, isn't it? That your son isn't in the house and your son is with Vince.
So let's see how the lawyers
Mic
take
drop.
it. Let's see how the lawyers take it. Because if we start seeing her trying to back out of this WeTV contract, then this could have been,
Oh,
perpetrated
she's
for
a
that.
slave. How much more can she take?
Well, she
But you
can.
signed up for it. What the hell are you talking about?
What's that thing they call when you sign a contract under duress?
What duress?
Ah.
She could get out of the
Mental
contract.
duress.
What duress?
Mental
You're
duress.
sitting here upset at WeTV because they painted you out to be the villain. How did they paint you out? All they did was edit the tapes. How did they paint you to be a villain? You have a show coming
the
out on
edit.
WeTV.
With
Hold up. You got a show coming out on WeTV. They have to promote the show so they can get viewers. Hello? And what did they do? They did just that. So basically, obviously, when we see what happens on the show, we'll know how everything played out. You are working with the devil that you already know. That's your dumbass fault. Don't blame WeTV for that. Now you blame WeTV for your mental instability? What? Wendy Williams, 12 seasons, returning on September 21st.
Okay.
I don't know if I want to watch. I may watch. I don't really care to because I'm in my feelings. Why that picture? I'm in my feelings because I feel like while everybody else is doing their stuff at home, she had issues. And I'm tired of Wendy and her issues. I mean, I need for Wendy to get her stuff together. I'm tired of Wendy and her issues. And also, I want Wendy to go back to the way Wendy was doing her shows in the beginning. I'm tired of someone always having to remind her of stuff.
Wait, what do you mean doing the shows in the beginning?
Where she remembered things. And she didn't need somebody to help her
When
remember
she did
certain-
have, when she was working under a less stressful life and taking bills?
What's stress? What stress does she have in her life?
What are you talking about? She just got out of that crappy marriage. She
A
can't
crappy
find
marriage that
somebody.
she knew she was
She
in for a long
She
time.
split
That's
up her
an
family.
excuse.
They're still splitting up her family. So now your family home isn't regular. Or
Well,
as
then
it
she
was.
should have just not even bothered to get the divorce.
She got
Either way.
embarrassed. It was her pride.
What you
Yeah.
mean embarrassed for what? Everybody knew that he was messing around, and
But
even
that's the
when it was in
thing.
her face, she kept denying it.
But
She
you
held
do-
up her hand, talking about when this comes up, they gonna know something.
What are the two things you don't do when you cheat on a woman? You don't bring back a disease or a baby. He
True.
broke the rule.
What you mean he broke the rule? What did you
he broke
think
the
was
rule.
gonna happen?
He
He's
got her
been with this
pregnant
chick for a long time.
No, all right, but
Clearly
they've
she
been
wanted to
dating
have
for
a
over
baby.
10 years.
No,
and
she
she
should
never
have played
got
a
pregnant.
position. Yeah.
What?
They were dating for over 10 years. It was years they were dating.
Yes, but at some point when you mess up with a chick and you know she been wanting a baby and you been holding back, come on, what you think is gonna happen?
Not in this relationship.
KFC is creating the world's first lab-grown chicken nuggets. So, on my list of places not to eat, McDonald's, Burger King, Wendy's, Papa John's, Domino's, Popeyes, and KFC.
What's wrong with Papa John's? They have the best ingredients.
Papa John, because I didn't like the service, so I put them on my
You
list.
got bad Papa John service?
I placed an order. 2 hours, nothing. I called. They said it was being delivered. The guy came to take my money, but never gave me no pizza.
How the fuck? Wait.
And then,
Hold on. Stop.
Yo, what kind of delivery
Stop.
is that?
Why would you
Pay
hand
me
somebody
first.
I
something?
didn't hand him. I was waiting for my pizza, and
right.
he was like, "I was like, so where's the pizza?" Then I called and were like, "Well, we're shutting down the kitchen. Where the hell's my pizza?"
Well, you should have did the Caucasian thing, and write a letter or write to corporate, and what I try to explain to people, a lot of these corporations do not know that their franchises are operating below standard.
True. That's true.
And you have to inform them, because I guarantee you, it's just like, and Popeye is one of those franchises that don't play.
Yeah.
If they left something off, they'll remember your name, your receipt. Next time you go, they'll give it to you for free.
It's okay because I found a new pizzeria and my kid loves it.
Good.
Okay.
So it's actually better than Papa John's. Pizza's banging.
I don't know about that, but I feel you.
Well, see, Papa John's is a chain. I went with a local, and the
Well,
local
it's
smashes.
it's the thing like we talked about, like Whole Foods and Seatown. We all know Whole Foods are going to have the best quality food there compared to a Seatown that won't. And to be honest with you, a lot of people don't like Papa John's. They literally do have the best graded out products. Which, as far as a lot of people like Taco Bell. The Taco Bell meat is graded at G. But yeah, G, an alphabet. That's way down there. But you have other places that have higher graded meat. So if you're talking about overall great quality meat, raised the proper way, you would want to go to Papa John's. Yeah, you had a bad experience with a particular location. So like I said, I would have documented everything. I'd have sent it to corporate. And just like the situation you had, Jeff, with your family, going to a particular cell phone company, treated you like crap.
Yeah.
You called
they
the
gave me
fam.
everything.
You called
2
the
free
fam.
phones and the TV.
You went back there. What happened? That shit changed quick, didn't it? So what I'm saying
Take
is
this
a lot
50
of
inch
time,
out the door for you.
it was your first experience.
no,
compared,
you're right.
It went back to the same exact store.
You're right.
And it would complete 180.
I mean, I did that with Wendy's, and I contacted corporate, and I told them what happened, and they apologized and all this other stuff, but I never went back. I just said no more Wendy's.
I understand that, but like you, as
I
long
get
as
you.
you let them know, they're saying you'd have to go back.
Right.
I'm good with going to corporate. I've done it with McDonald's.
Yeah, you
got to
do it. You got to let them know
And
that
it's
they're.
interesting because the changes last for like a hot second,
Yeah.
but you know something happened because of how they're doing things.
Yes.
Well, that's just like the one they shut down on right here, Route 4 West. That was the worst McDonald's in the history of the United States. It was hood as hell. The managers were worse than the employees, and they shut it down immediately. Them people don't play. They'll call corporate on you in a heartbeat.
Okay, so Nicki Minaj is having a baby,
Congrats.
but we knew that already.
I didn't know. Look at her.
She took 1 million maternity photos to let
She
everybody
looks.
know.
She doesn't look pregnant.
And you don't have a maternity.
Because she took that, you took that photo. But my thing was, again, when a woman is covering herself the way she covered herself, that was extremely telling. And plus, the way she was moving, I could sense that she was pregnant. Maybe it's a woman thing. I don't know.
Fair
and
enough.
Khloe Kardashian, she and Tristan, I feel, need to get back together.
Please
She's
don't.
talking about how they're doing well with quarantine. She needs his help with her daughter True, and all this stuff. And I know at one time she was freezing her eggs, and she wanted him to be the donor so she could have another baby. Just be with him. If you want to be back together with him, ain't nobody judging you. You're a Kardashian. This is what y'all do. Go back to what you're used to, lady. I mean, my God.
I mean, he's faithful because he can't go nowhere. That's the whole. You think he being faithful in that bubble right now? NBA had them girls brought in in quarantine.
17th floor, homie.
Yeah, hey, you know what floor to go to. Because you got
17.
This is the perfect time for dudes to go in. Because no one from the outside's allowed in. You're in that bubble, and if you leave, because they had a couple of players that had to leave because of emergency family, they had to go through the quarantine before they're allowed back in.
Yep.
So it's not like your wife could just pop up on you at a hotel, or your girlfriend could just pop up on you at a hotel.
Well, it's the perfect time for y'all to be cheating.
But like I said, 17th floor, the NBA ain't stupid.
Oh,
They don't want nobody messing with the employees there.
That's it.
They set them up right
That's it.
there.
We wouldn't be the blackout if we didn't talk about Kanye West. Okay, may he get the help that he needs. I support him 100%.
What's wrong with him?
I don't like it when people talk about another person's mental, especially if you're a friend, even if you're a foe. I think you need to treat people like that, with kindness. Especially when they become lucid again and they start to realize all the things that are being said about them. And besides, he's also got kids, and you want to be sensitive to that. But last week, he had a presidential campaign. They call it a destructive meltdown in Charleston, South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
He's supposed to release an upcoming album titled Donda. It was supposed to be released on July 24th. I didn't see it yet. Have you?
He took it back. Something happened, and he couldn't drop it that same day because he was supposed to drop the same day as Taylor Swift.
Don't want to do that.
Nah, he was planning for it.
Okay, he could have done that because I heard that Taylor Swift album and I was pissed. She could have kept that to herself.
It wasn't that bad. It wasn't that bad. But go on, Buckle.
Well, she doesn't have.
Don't roll your eyes.
She doesn't have a heartbreak to talk about.
She don't. That's why I'm like, what the hell?
Oh, we're going to get Taylor Swift and Keisha Cole, two heartbreakers. There you go.
So they can go toe for toe.
There you
Jesus Christ.
He mentioned Harriet Tubman didn't free the slaves. She had the slaves go work for other white people. Now, I think everybody took that the wrong way, as because he said she didn't free the slaves. Yes, she got people to freedom, but what he said was actually correct. Those people that went to their freedom, they ended up working for who?
More white people.
They're working. But I want you to finish your thing before I attack you like I did before.
They were working, but they went.
They were not working. Slavery is not work. Slavery was free. Move, nigga. Here's some food. Go back to work.
Well, he said slavery. He said
no. Slavery in itself, it's free work.
You're right about that.
Right.
Working. Here's compensation for your whatever the hell you're doing.
Compensation was probably a plate of food. Like, come on now.
It was back then. $2 was a lot. But I'm just saying, if they were fairly compensated for whatever it is a whole separate system. Unless now you consider yourself another slave. But go ahead, finish. Go ahead, finish before we go back.
All right.
I'm just saying.
He's playing everybody.
Then he said that he would like Jay-Z to be his running mate. He would make the perfect candidate. I didn't know if he was joking or not because I doubt that they talk to each other. Then during his speech, he was getting emotional over his daughter. He said that his dad didn't want him, but his mom saved his life because his dad obviously wanted her to have an abortion. Then he admitted that he didn't want North. And then he started crying because it's the reality, and I think people are so insensitive to this, it's the reality of knowing that you have this whole life. You really can't imagine your life without that person, that child. But then in the back of your mind, you remember how, I wanted your mother to get rid of you because I was at that space where I didn't want you. And it was emotional for him because he's against abortions. So I think people took it the wrong way and thought that he was being crazy. And when you have that realization and that heartbreak and that love, you kind of come off like that, the way he did. But I understood him, and a lot of people are against abortions for good reasons. I mean, a lot of people use abortions as if they're birth control pills, okay?
Facts.
They get pregnant, and then they pop over to the clinic, take it out.
Okay.
And it's like, okay, but why are you doing this? You never know until you actually have that baby, how that baby can either make your life better, and sometimes it can make your life worse. There are options. And we really need to start thinking about, is killing off our children an option? You know what I mean? And that's what Kanye was really alluding to. But he was also sharing something very personal about himself with everyone. And I think when someone's that emotional and that open with themselves, just be receptive of it. Don't call him crazy, because that was a lot to take in. And for a lot of people, they understood what he was saying. And that meant something to them. And I commend him for being that brave to actually speak his truth, because that's what he did, but speak his truth. But that's just how I think. Then we have Candace Dillard of Real House of Potomac. She's married to a white man, but she spoke about how KKK doesn't care about Kanye. She claims that they are pimping him and using black men. She says that white women allow this sick black man to make himself look like a fool. Kim is only happy that she's got swirly kids, an upgrade to her fashion, and an upgrade to her real estate. All because of Kanye. Basically, she was going in on Kim, saying, why would you have this man out here and you're not by his side? What the heck is wrong with you?
Okay.
And right now, they are filming a new season of Keeping Up with the Kardashians, but they're not filming Kanye or the kids. And Kim finally had someone write a speech so she could break her silence. And she wrote this long speech about having compassion for somebody with bipolar. Then comes the tweets. And I got my popcorn because Kanye was giving me life. I'm like, Kanye, I'm not mad at you, son. But after the tweets, Dave Chappelle went to go visit him on the ranch. And Dame Dash went to go visit him on the ranch. And this is the difference between people caring and people just using this as a publicity stunt. They didn't go and make a whole bunch of statements on Instagram and social media and make fun of the man. They actually got on a plane and said, no, I got to go see this man and see what the hell's going on. And who better than Dave Chappelle, of all people, who disappeared and went to Africa? You know what I mean? So if you're a person who's in his life, even if you haven't been in his life for a long time, you know he's in Wyoming. He told everybody that's where he was at, on a ranch. Go and see him and see if he's okay. Because sometimes it takes somebody that you haven't even spoken to in a long time to put things into perspective.
Facts.
Well, here we go with the tweets. He said, I put my life on the line for my children. That North's mother would never sell her sex tape. Now, he said sex rape, but I think sex tape. Mind you, he was in love with Kim. Even when she was out here putting it out for everybody to see, she was in love. He probably watched that sex tape, with Ray J and found something special about it.
He used to rap about her.
Okay.
A lot. What'd you say he said? She said sex rape?
He wrote sex rape, but I think he meant tape.
He didn't.
Oh, he didn't. Oh, excuse me.
He
Rape.
didn't. There are more. She got Reggie Bush. She got the other ones. That was just the one that sold. There were more explicit stuff of them.
Well, I mean, no one put it out.
Remember, she always sells herself nude. Remember, we had all the pictures, the magazine
Well, yeah,
articles.
but now she's trying to clean up her image because she's trying to be a lawyer and stuff like that. But she's doing less.
He wanted her to do it from way back. You with me now? Stop.
Well, no, he said that because he got saved. So now because if you watch the show, now being that he's on this journey of being saved, he even went to her before what's that fashion night?
Which one?
That fashion night where they all dress weird.
That was horrible, but I understand.
Oh, the big event over in New York. Yeah, there you go. Yes.
And he said to her, I'm not comfortable with you dressing like this.
Showing your figure, revealing yourself.
Went crazy because she was like, but you met me like this. And you're going through your journey. Doesn't mean I have to go through the same journey. I was like, whoa, Kim, hold up.
Facts.
That may be facts. But understand, if you understood what he was going through, then you would understand that this change is also going to affect you because it's not going to be something he's going to be comfortable with anymore.
It shouldn't.
Why not?
You met me. It's the same thing like Will and Jada. I can't make you happy. Woo. You need to make me. You have to find what makes you happy.
Woo.
And if Jesus or you going through your episodes allows you to be happy,
woo,
that don't mean it was me. And you met me like this.
Everybody knows the movie Get Out is about me. I took it as he heard all the jokes.
Mm-hmm.
And he's just like, y'all know he heard them jokes. Chris, don't play with me. You and that Kanye, Corey Gamble, her boyfriend, are not allowed around my children. Y'all try to lock me up. Now, you're tweeting this, sir, from Wyoming. You're not even around your kids. What? How? I mean, your mother-in-law comes over all the time. She's on the list of people allowed to be in house. What are you talking about?
That's the problem right there with when it comes to relationships, and you have to understand you're married to that person and you have to respect that person over your family. And that's what's not happening.
If I get locked up like Mandela, y'all will know why. Kim tried to bring a doctor to lock me up. Chris and Kim, call me now. West children will never do Playboy. I love my wife. My family must live next to me. It's not up to E! Or NBC anymore.
Yes.
NBC locked up Bill Cosby. I mean, he was just going on and on and on. And I'm like, sir,
A rant.
this is the part where you get a therapist. Now, you knew who Kim was.
He did.
So I'm shocked that you're now all of a sudden realizing that potentially, and even Lord Disick, Scott Disick, even said there's a
He said Lord
Kardashian
Disick.
curse. And they were shocked that people said this. Where's Reggie Bush?
Reggie's the smartest one.
Where's
She said marriage. She said get your ass out.
Where's
Deuces.
who's the one that she married?
Deuces.
What's his name? The basketball player that she did
Chris
marry?
Humphries.
Oh my
Chris
God,
Humphries.
she
Chris
did him
Humphries.
dirty.
What happened to him?
She did him dirty.
She did. And for what? She wasn't even divorced yet when she got pregnant with North. So, I mean, it was bad. She tried to go out with, who was another football player from the Dallas
Oh,
Cowboys?
I forgot about him.
She's around a lot of famous people.
Well, remember, when she was broken up with Reggie Bush, her mother set her up on that date with the Dallas Cowboy because she was like, do you want me to get somebody else to be? I was like, wow, it's like that?
Yep.
Yes.
And then she
Yes.
had sex with him, obviously, and he wasn't interested. He smashed her, and that was it.
Well, see,
Yeah.
that's the thing with a lot of women have to understand. Just because, whether surgery or not, I don't care. Just because you're an attractive woman, don't mean after that guy finishes, he wants to wake up with you in the morning. Some want to finish and put their pants on and go. And it's not about how big your behind is, how big your breast is, how pretty your face is. You just have some people who do not want a serious commitment, but still will tell you any and everything under the sun. Or, oh, he treated you bad, let me pat you, here's a couple of drinks, bam, 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 and I don't call you ever again. You know, some people just want to tap just to say, I tapped Kim Kardashian.
But here's the
You got
thing
m-
too: you can have big breasts, big ass, your fat sucked out. But if the sex is whack,
We know her sex
The
ain't
sex
whack.
ain't whack.
We know.
The sex, that was never
we
the case.
never said that.
It
with
wasn't the sex
Kimura.
is whacked. It was no substance.
Right. See, you gotta remember
I
when
need
it
to
comes.
understand how y'all know the sex wasn't
Like
whack.
Nigga, did you watch the
She
video?
got skills, but it's just more lines.
Did you
of-
hear the other dudes talking about it?
Yeah.
The locker room
word
talk
out there-
was real when Trump talked about it.
Yeah.
Yo, Trump.
She official what she
Right,
does.
right, you know,
But
whatever.
It's everything that comes along with it that a lot of people don't want. And as I said, there's a lot of, you'll see a chick all day long, or women that see a guy be like, listen, I
you
will
have more
sleep
tweets
with
you
him,
were gonna-
but I won't have
Yeah.
a child or stay with him.
Do you have more tweets? The rest that he
No.
wrote down. So while we here,
He had a whole bunch of, and also
no. But I want to divorce my wife because she met with what's her name in the
Yep.
Meek Mills. See, this is what's bad about a manic rant. You start to give out
Like a drunk man
Secrets.
tells no,
Yeah,
drunk man
yeah.
tells no lies. Things that's been bothering him and started.
You don't
coming
know
out.
who's on the compound list to his compound, or any of the other 11. Last count, 11 properties they owned, not all within each other. You get what I'm saying? So maybe mom, the one that's close to mom could get into, but the other ones they can't. You know what I mean? That was telling, because that means when my woman's out without me, she's fair game.
That's how you feel. That's how you feel.
And I believe he wanted to leave. I
how
wanted
you
to go.
feel.
Before he started doing the gospel stuff, I believe he wanted to go
Yeah.
because
Couldn't take it no
we
more.
all forgot. Remember when they were he first got with her, and they were beefing with Amber Rose.
Woo! Forgot about that.
I didn't forget
We all
because Amber spilled the tea.
and she was like, "Girl, you took him from me, and whatever it is."
because she was with
We-
Reggie and she was with Kim was with Reggie, Amber was with Kanye. Amber said that Kanye and Kim would meet up at a hotel, and how she knew was because his friend was the one
What?
that was taking Kanye to
Yes.
the hotel to meet up with Kim. So they been have a relationships with each other.
How you
Again,
doing?
so
How you
here
doing?
we go. We go back to. We're gonna go back to the sentence you said at the Met Gala. You met me like this.
Yep.
How you get them? Here's an
How you
old
lose
Wendy
'em.
line. I'm gonna
How you
tie it
lose
back to Wendy,
Okay.
and she ain't never lie. How you get them is how you keep them.
Well, okay, so when they got married.
So when you wait, who's who was
Wait,
married?
hold on.
We
When
talking about Kim and Kanye?
And Kanye
Okay.
got married. What do you call it? Wendy had to eat crow because she didn't think it was really going to happen or they won't stay together. Now, will somebody be forced to eat crow again? Because if they really do get a divorce, it seems like they're going to get divorced.
Who
She
said
ain't
they
gonna
wasn't
stay.
going to get a divorce?
Huh?
Who said they weren't going to get a divorce? I was one of them who said, yeah, I don't know how long this going to last, but this ain't
So-
forever.
I mean, I thought it was going to be forever because to listen to their love story and I realized that they really weren't in love with each other, I thought this was the end game because I was like, who really wants to be with Kanye?
They sold him the dream, and this is why.
Who is they?
I'm gonna say the Kardashian
Him.
clan. I'll
mother.
give it. I'll give it the whole Kardashian clan. They sold him the dream. This is your wife now. Y'all gonna look good together. Y'all gonna have pretty opportunities. Blah 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 blah. She really likes you. Yes.
Can somebody
Jesus.
And
else
he
be
and he
for
was
you?
and he was simple enough to fall for it because maybe his mental state.
But
Now
here's the thing: when you knew that Jay-Z and Beyonce didn't mess with that side of the family,
that don't mean
why
nothing.
didn't you?
Jay-Z don't mess with a lot of folks, a lot of cool dudes. He run you through his own team before he fuck with you. And the same thing about Beyonce. Now, they only fuck with people
That's a match
who
made in
on
heaven.
their plantation. Jay-Z found the perfect one. Whether she cheating or he
They
cheating,
on the right.
they here
Them a
together
match
in the
made
head.
heaven.
They,
Them two
they
are-
there together.
Well, that's what he tried.
I don't care if you got billions.
That's what he
You
tried.
not on
though.
my team, or you can't get by my people, you good.
That's what he
I
tried.
fuck with
though.
Kanye when the beach is tight, and we gonna make 30 mil.
Uh-huh.
You know, or on a drop of a dime.
I mean, because I wanted another Beyonce Kanye track. Ego was my.
you gonna
song.
get that? No, you gonna get that. They're gonna tell him to get off his medication, get the cooking when this dries up, and
And
we
then
Jay Z loved the
and we
man.
gonna get back.
He loved the man tracks. I mean, you
Yeah.
gotta remember, Jay
Well,
gave
we
this
get it.
man a couple of mil to help him out of issues. He tried to bring him in with title. Jay's been reaching out to this man for a minute. But it's
do
just
you think this would be the appropriate time for him to really say, you know what, I need to kidnap him, bring him to our compound, and really
He not worth
deprogram
it.
him?
He not worth it.
he's not ready yet.
This ain't the first nor the last time that he's went on a range.
Agreed.
We forgot when he dissed title and left. We forgot when
The whole thing between
Oh, my
Dame
God, I
and-
forgot.
Dame and Jay.
even Dame, but see now here, and this is why I say we all remember when Dame or when Jane Dame broke up, and he went on that rant. Yo, he didn't even like his rapping. He didn't even like him. Why'd he go with him?
I just said that Dane went to go visit him, so maybe.
No.
Well, I mean,
Dame
Dame-
believed in him. That's why he
Dame
was
believed
able
him.
to get
That's
an
how
album.
he got in there. But Jay didn't want him apart. He just wanted
And
him
here's the kicker.
to do the tracks.
But here's the kicker. Years ago, about maybe 10 years ago, all the people, when he started becoming real Hollywood, all his Chicago folks came out was like, I don't know why he acting that way. We wrote his albums.
Okay, so wait a minute. So you mentioned Chicago. So again, Kanye, you still have hopes to run for president because you just tweeted not that long ago today how you could win and beat Biden by having people write your name in. If you're serious about politics, I need for you to run for mayor of Chicago. I don't need for you to run for president. I need for you to put your foot down and do something about Chicago. Okay? That's where you need to be. You don't need to be president. If you want to run for president in 2024, I would still say wait another 4 years. So 2028 should be your run for president if that's what you want to do. That's only if you could turn Chicago around. But if you're not going to do nothing to help Chicago, then don't run for president because clearly you can't do nothing for the rest of us. And on that note, until next time.